Welcome, everybody. Here we are live, and we are on You Can't Make This Up Thursday. And as promised, we have a very special guest today. Get ready to rock and roll, everybody. James, welcome, James Cadiz, to You Can't Make This Up. Do you realize I've never had a guest with me on this program before?
Yeah, bro, I'm excited that I'm a guest with you, but let's talk about the Las Vegas jacket for a second.
Don't worry.
You can't make this stuff up either.
That's right. Don't worry, people. Do you like my shirt?
I do.
Yeah.
I like the shirt.
Yeah, the hat.
The jacket's a little bedazzling.
Oh, the jacket.
See, Tom, I'm commenting because me and Tom were talking audio until this is his reveal right now. He didn't let me see him before the show.
Yeah, I didn't want James. And everybody knows I wear a different jacket every week. So, I mean, I have a few different ones.
I think Billy Crone gave you that one, didn't he?
Listen, Billy sent me these.
I knew it.
So Billy sent me these jackets like 2 years ago, and
but only he. He can pull it off because he's a Vegas guy.
I told him I'm never going to wear these jackets. And then one day I was sitting in here, probably about 6 months ago, and I thought, well, I'm going to wear them here. And then I did. And then I ended up going to a conference in Vegas. He was there, so I wore one for that weekend.
Okay, look, I'm nobody to talk about fashion or anything, because look at me. I wear the same shirts like every day. And the only reason why I switch pants is when they have holes in them. So it's okay.
Oh, don't worry. The people are going to be commenting. Are you ready, James? We're going to start off with this one. This is so much fun. We're watching what's happening with, was it Dodge? Is that what you call it? DOGE?
That's right.
All these things being exposed with U.S. aid.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, this is the best. This is the best. I'm sure you've already seen this. Some of these I'm going to show you haven't seen yet. But this first one, check it out. What is it? Hey, can you guys pull it up so everybody can see? There it is. Episcopal bishop lectures Trump while, what is she doing? Earning taxpayer millions to bring migrants into U.S. Yeah. James, you saw that one, right?
Listen, I said this before. I predicted it. It's not a surprise. I literally referred to her as a whore. And the reason why I referred to her that way is because I knew she was on the take. Absolutely. She's selling.
Yeah.
How much?
53 million in 2023 okay, but there's more. This gets better. 3,600, just to bring in 3,600 immigrants. I don't know if they're legal or illegal. I'm guessing illegal. 3,653 million 2023. They don't even have the numbers for 2024 yet, but they brought in 6,400. That's like twice as many. I'm thinking that's over, I'm guessing over $100 million.
She should be in jail.
And hopefully she will be. No wonder why she's lecturing Trump on, don't you touch the poor immigrants. Remember how she was crying? Yeah. You're such a bad person. Yeah.
She should be in jail.
Hey, did you see Politico?
Oh, yeah,
34 million.
And you know how they did that nonsense, right?
And what?
You know how they did that nonsense? They did that. It's a $34 million subscription.
Yes. And guess what happened this morning? A whole bunch of people lost their jobs because they didn't have the money anymore. Cut. Was 6,000 people or something like that? Cut. All the funds. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying watching all these things be exposed. I can't wait to see what Pam Bondi is going to do with the Epstein list.
Oh, dude. That list, by the way, you know that it just came out. I don't know if you say this may be a surprise to you. I don't even know if anybody's privy to this, but they just found 236 emails between Jeff Epstein and guess who? Shifty Schiff.
Oh, Adam? Oh,
yep.
Wouldn't that be glorious if he went to prison?
Bro, it would be
the best.
It would be one of the most incredible. Wouldn't it be incredible if the guy goes to jail because he is truly a criminal?
Well, he is truly a criminal.
And we end up getting somebody who actually cares for the state?
He is truly a criminal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, hey, okay, we have a lot to talk about, a whole lot, right? It's just going to get a lot more fun. Are you ready? We're going to watch a video with Obama explaining you must get rid of all the immigrants, the illegals, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's watch what Obama says, everybody.
Multiple times.
Here,
let's go.
Ready? Let's roll this video.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
I mean, these people, the hypocrisy of these people.
Is that probably the beginning where there was trouble in paradise between him and Big Mike?
Oh, you know what's so nice about this program, James? We are equal opportunity offenders. We always are, but here we get to be extra offensive.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, who else can I have on here to be extra offensive? I know, James. He'd be the perfect person. I mean, the absurdity of these people and their lives. I'm going to show you something right now that you're gonna thoroughly enjoy. This one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Legos. Check it out. Lego can be anti-LGBT. Says, did you see this one?
No.
You want to know why?
It looks ridiculous.
Okay. Institution seeing things queerly tour claims people think the toy bricks are gendered and reinforces the idea of heterosexuality as the norm. So this is what they're saying, James. Get this, because you have male and female parts with the Legos, therefore we've got an issue. No, what? I mean, did this come from the U.S. aid also?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, this stuff's just insane.
The same people that are spending $50 million on condoms in Gaza.
And that never made it to Gaza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You want to move on from here? And
you're not. This isn't going to be a fun-making thing. You're just going to tick me off, is what you're going to do. You're going to just make me mad.
Well, that's kind of why you're here.
You're going to cause my blood sugar to increase, my blood pressure to raise.
That is my intention, and that's what everybody is wanting to see right now. They don't want you to have a heart attack or anything like that. They just like seeing James go off. Okay, you ready? Here's the next one. There you go. This is a fact, Jack. And here, why don't you explain some of the facts going on there? Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, however you want to say that.
Yeah.
The Palestinian Authority and the Arab League have all issued a joint statement rejecting any plans to accept Palestinian refugees from Gaza and Judea and Samaria. Interesting. The level of animosity the Arab nations hold toward Palestinians surpasses that of other countries, with them viewing all Palestinians as potential terrorists. James, you talk about this stuff all the time. People in America, people in the Western world don't really get what in the world is really going on over there. Let's set the record straight on this stuff.
Look, this is such a significant issue, and it's one that a lot of people just don't understand. And there's people on all sides of the fence that continue to run their ignorant mouths about what's happening, and they really don't understand. First of all, let me make this statement with respect to the President of the United States. He's playing 4D chess while everybody is playing 1D checkers, okay? I want everybody to understand that. And when he gets up in front of the whole world with Bibi Netanyahu by his side, and he says, we are going to take Gaza and we're going to bulldoze it. We're going to demolish it. And it's no longer a place where Palestinians are going to hang out, and Egypt's going to take them, and Jordan's going to take it, and 12 other Arab nations are going to take it. They all call him crazy. They say nothing will work. It's not going to happen. You've got people putting all kinds of weight on the Saudi foreign minister, who just released a statement basically saying that they are completely opposed to any relocation of Palestinians. You've got the king of Jordan, or at least Jordan's foreign minister, making the statement where we may go to war over this. No, you won't. Listen, King Abdullah is about to sit down in the White House with Donald Trump to have a conversation about this very thing, and every single one of them have to posture, every single one of them have to say it, because they know what the real number is. And if they're not going to be able to do it the way that they have to be able to do it, then they're all endangering themselves. They are playing the game, and we all know they're playing the game. And I can tell you this again and again and again. If you know the culture, if you know the language, if you know the way we talk, the way we act, the way we think, this is the way it goes in the Middle East. We lose our minds. We get loud to the very end. We threaten the worst of the worst. We look like we're going to cut each other's heads off the whole time that we're talking. And sometimes we do. And we continue to go on and on and on and on and on about the extreme position of whatever posture we choose to take until we actually come to an amicable agreement whereby we all run and we win when we run. And the bottom line is this: Saudi Arabia probably actually had their hand with Donald Trump in the cookie jar when they decided to make the decision they were going to make about Gaza. I guarantee you Mohammed bin Salman was on the in on this. I guarantee you that when $600 trillion or $600 billion was given to the United States of America or committed to the United States of America with an additional $400 billion, so long as it goes into development infrastructures, I guarantee you that phone call with Mohammed bin Salman was all about them talking about Gaza. And I can promise you that all these nuts who are on the conservative side, who are saying, what about America first? And the cuckoos who are not, who literally are a bunch of grifters like the Candace Owens of the world, who continue to say, what about America first? What about America first? You wouldn't know common sense if it walked up to you and hit you right in between the eyes. You don't know our people. You don't know our culture. You couldn't say an Arabic word if it saved your life. The closest thing you're coming to any of that is the Allahu Akbar, my brother, when you have no idea in the world what any of that stuff means. And if you understood even a second of what's going on, you would recognize that even Naum, that the foreign minister has been talking about and MBS has been talking about, cannot be built unless Gaza is bulldozed. Give me a break. You lose your trade route if that can't be done. So I'm telling you they're in on it. And I'm telling you that Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, he's doing what he's doing right now in Egypt because he's preparing himself for the functional position of everything south of the Philadelphia corridor going wild as he stands as a support infrastructure for the southern base of Gaza while he's still trying to maintain everything in Sharm el-Sheikh on the Red Sea side and trying to deal with the Sinai on the Mediterranean side, and all while trying to manage all of the things that have to happen with the Suez Canal and what may be the building of an American naval base on the shore of Gaza. They're all juggling this stuff around. And Abdullah is going to sit down and have a face-to-face talk with President Trump to have a conversation as to how they can make this work amicably. You want to know why? Because there's a document that was drafted in 1994 that says they keep their mouths shut, and there was a document that was drafted in 1979 that says Egypt would keep their mouths shut, and they liked the arrangement. Quite frankly, al-Sisi did not destroy half of his infrastructure initially to get rid of the Islamic Brotherhood if he did not have a problem with Palestinians. So let's get this all straight and let's call it for what it is. When you look at Bible prophecy, when you look at all the things lining up, let's just say what it is. Stop. Look, this is the part that just drives me crazy. All of a sudden, when all this stuff happens right now in the Middle East, everybody's a subject matter expert. All of a sudden, everybody knows the language. They know the culture. They can read MBS like the back of their hands. They all act like they've been doing this forever, when in reality, they don't know their head from their mother-loving rears. And that's a thing that keeps on happening. So let's call it for what it is. Why don't we give Donald Trump a little bit more credit in that what he's doing is particularly genius. What he's doing is actually particularly exceptional if you really think about it, because what the man is putting into effect, what may be the largest demolition and reconstruction project ever to happen in world history, next to now. So let's just call it for what it is. How about we wake up and look at this the way that it's supposed to be looked at, and let's just think about this. Let's just put A and B together and recognize what's going on. And by the way, I'm going to just tell you this right now. There's no way in the world, so long as Iran is at bay, there's no way in the world, so long as you take a look at the demographics that sit around right now, the Persian Gulf. Let's just look at the Persian Gulf for just 1 second. Let's look at the southern border of Iran. Let's look at the problem that presents for countries like Pakistan and India. Let's just talk about what happens with Oman and Abu Dhabi and the UAE and Bahrain and Kuwait if you don't get the Iran problem under bay. If you can't fix the problem with Iran, you have a bigger problem with Iraq on the southern portion. Forget the northern portion of Iraq where you've got the Kurds that are helping you, which, by the way, who cares about the Kurds to the north when you have the Kurds that are in the southern portion of Turkey, specifically the southern eastern portion of Turkey, and you start getting into the northeast portion of Syria. Those are three different types of groups. And then you have an even more complicated problem when Amman is telling you that they're concerned about the effects of the northern portion of their border, which of course happens to be Syria, because they're really worried about Hayat Tahrir al-Shem, HTS. They know that the United States of America isn't going to play the PKK game anymore to hold Syria down. Heck, the United States of America is about to dump off Mujahideen, MEK, and they're going to mess around with the Algerian quarter. They know they don't have the proxy that they can develop in the central part of Turkey anymore. That's all gone. And then when you start looking at what's going on that Amman has to face when they look at another part of the border that they're very concerned about, which is the Golan Heights side of Syria, you got to keep in mind, this is ridiculous because the Golan Heights side of Syria is the northern portion of Jordan. And don't think for 1 second there's not a soul in Amman who's worried about it. They're all considering it. And by the way, it's not a coincidence that they're all beginning to refer to what they used to call the West Bank as Judea Samaria. So let's just wake up for a second and understand what the real geopolitics are. Oh yeah, by the way, let me throw one last thing out, that this is very important. No one is thinking about the southern portion of the Arab Peninsula, otherwise known as Yemen. They're not considering about the Houthis that are floating around right there and everything that's going on in the statements that they're beginning to make. Oman is practically pooping their pants over the potential of what may happen through Iran trying to flex their muscles in the southern portion of the Arabian Peninsula. All while the United States of America is about to make a new guarantee to Saudi Arabia to utilize their defense systems in order to take out everything that sits in the southern portion of the Arabian Peninsula. And by the way, that's all while Mohammed bin Salman is having to juggle around the problem of this little area where my finger is pointing to right here, this little area of the Temple Mount called the Haram al-Sharif, the Golden Dome, and Al-Aqsa. Every single Arabian on the face of the earth knows that Al-Aqsa on top of the Temple Mount is not what they would call the real Al-Aqsa. And the scholars are beginning to say that the real location of the original Kaaba is not in Saudi Arabia. It isn't in that area. It's actually the original Kaaba that everybody's talking about is a Temple Mount. And don't think for 1 second MBS doesn't know that. That's why he wants to have the waqf for the oversight of the Temple Mount so that he can pretty much shelf it, sell it off to the Jews to let the Jews do whatever they want with it, the same way he's doing it with Gaza, so that he could put all eyes on Mecca because he does not want the Islamic world taking focus away from Saudi Arabia. And that's why he's sensationalizing Saudi Arabia. That's why Naam is being built. That's why sports are coming to Saudi Arabia. That's why they're taking on engineering projects. And that's why they're even beginning to talk to Taiwan. So let's get things real here. Let's look at it correctly and then make an assertion about, oh, Donald Trump just said the most off-the-wall crazy thing. Get an education first, and then come to the table and start talking about what's really going on. When you get to understand the geopolitics of it all, then maybe you can come back and make an intelligent decision about what is or isn't happening. Sorry, I don't really get emotional over things like this. But
okay, I got to read some of these, James. These have been coming in while you've been talking, and that was smoking hot.
I got a big mouth. I'm sorry.
No, this is great. This is great. Go back to the first comment. I got to read this to you. I'm gonna go in order. All right. Did you find it? Okay. David Macbeth says James wants a mansion in Gaza next to Trump and all the Riviera boys. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, there's more.
No desire.
Here's more. I got a few of them. Carrie Lynn Gauthier, check your blood pressure, James. You are on fire. All right. And then the other one is, I hope my mansion isn't next to James. Dude, that was good. Listen, that was great. I just love having your thoughts dealing with what's going on in the Mideast. You're always wonderful to have on. I'm going to get you going some more. Are you ready? In case your blood pressure, in case it wasn't up. All right,
here's the energy's gone now.
Say what?
All my energy's gone. We'll see.
Okay, let's see. Prison issues warning bracelets to terrorists freed in hostage deal. Okay, you saw that, right?
No,
Okay.
I did not see
Okay,
this.
check this out. This is in Israel. So they're releasing these terrorists. These are evil people. And Israel puts a bracelet on their wrists, and it's Psalm 18, verse 37, which says, New King James, I have pursued my enemies and overtaken them, neither did I turn back until they were destroyed, right? So get this, the Red Cross issues this statement, you can't make this up, criticizing Israel, arguing that the method of shackling and the use of bracelets harmed the prisoners. You've got to be kidding me. They were harmed because they had a Bible verse on them. These are terrorists who have raped, who have pillaged, who have murdered, and the Red Cross, you know what the Red Cross is? You know they're getting taxpayer money through USAID. That's what they're getting. They're saying, you put a Bible verse on somebody's hand, that is just harming that poor terrorist. I mean, that's insane, but that's it.
I'm like, my jaws drop. Like I'm not, look, you can't be surprised by this stuff because like we've seen it all and it shouldn't be a surprise that this stuff is going on. But I mean, come on, can it get any more corrupt than that?
That's just
now
ridiculous.
We're going to call now we can call the Red Cross a group of terrorists.
Yeah, well, I mean, the UN, you obviously can. Hey, so Classic Hank wants you to have a cup of coffee.
Oh, don't worry, I have some. It's right here. It's a big old cup of coffee.
I think he thinks you need to get a little bit more wound up. All right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
coffee
he wants
actually makes me sleepy.
Oh man, well, if it makes you sleepy, oh my goodness. If you're sleepy right now, imagine when you're on fire. All right. Hey, by the way, you're going to Santa Barbara with me to do a conference.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll announce the date later on, folks, but be watching Santa Barbara, California. Okay, this is totally off of Israel. We're gonna shift for a little bit. You ready? This is just gonna show you the absurdity of the DNC. You probably saw this one. This is a woman singing. There were several different things. Did you see this one? Let's show this video. This is the DNC trying to figure out who their next chair is gonna be. So let's roll this video as we see the absurdity. If this is only one of the many that really should have been a Saturday Night Live skit, but no, this is real. She's about to sing a Negro unspiritual. There you go. Okay, yeah, go ahead. You've seen it. Let's roll this one for all of our viewers.
And we'll begin with the opening statements. Each candidate will have 30 seconds, and we'll start with Dr. Quintessa Hathaway.
Good evening, everyone. It is my desire to be the next DNC chair, and I just want to give you all a little bit of something that's been on my heart here over the last couple of days. You fight on, you fight on, you fight on, you fight on. When your government is doing you wrong, you fight on, oh, you fight on.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Hathaway.
What do you think, James? This is what.
You fight on, you fight on.
I can't. You can't even sing. At least be entertaining. Come on, get a good singer up there.
I knew you would appreciate. So we think that she's
Holy
auditioning.
smokes.
She's hoping for a record deal or something like that.
Bro, there's no record deal, bro. I'm sorry.
It's like what was that? America's Got what's that program?
Sometimes, look, and I'm nobody to talk, okay, because I'm about as ugly as they come. But sometimes they give record deals to women that don't have, voices, but they kind of have a look. Bro,
you're mean.
There's none of that.
James is
There's
mean.
none of that going on for her, bro. That's. I'm sorry.
Don Hathaway. So her name was what? Quintessa Hathaway? Don Hathaway says, no relationship to me, I promise.
Oh, good Lord.
And hey, folks, that was just one of the many. These people are vying for position. This is insane. David Hogg was there. That guy's psycho. You should have seen the dance they were doing. We cut out all that stuff because we only got so much nonsense. So here's this next one. You ready? This
Yes,
Thomas Schlitt had sent this in to us. And Thomas, we're going to send you a hat. We're going to send you a You Can't Make This Up hat.
It just sounded like you said something completely
There's an
different.
L in there. Schlit.
Oh my goodness. Dude, I'm so sorry, but that just...
So everybody, James is catching on to the You Can't Make This Up vibe. You get to go really high and you get to come down to all kinds of stuff. And so there it is. French gynecologist suspended because he wouldn't treat a man. No, James, I'm not kidding you. He says, you are a man. I am a gynecologist. I ain't going to do this. Suspended. You look at the insane stuff. I have some stuff I've been doing on Europe. I have a couple of productions, so part 1 and part 2, short documentary. And you're looking at this stuff, just insane. One of them will be on his channel tomorrow, the next one on my channel next Wednesday. But this stuff's insane.
It's hilarious, bro. I cannot get it. I cannot. That one is just beyond me. That is just beyond me. I can't even, yeah.
Here in the States, how much money do you think is going to go away because all these taxpayer funds are now being cut? No matter what anybody has to say about Elon Musk, I can tell you this much. I am enjoying watching all of these things being exposed and money getting cut. This is your taxpayer, your money, people. 53 million to that psycho bishop lady. And you know, all the DEI projects, stuff's nuts.
Bro, this one I have to say very calmly, because if I don't like intentionally choose to be as mellow and as quiet as possible, then I'm going to flip a lid. Because we have how many million people affected in North Carolina and in Hawaii by floods who got $700 if they could get it mailed to their house that isn't even there. And yet we are spending hundreds and millions and billions of dollars on other things. Do you know that if you took the amount of money that we gave Ukraine in the last 2.5 years and you gave that to every single fire victim in Los Angeles and Hawaii put together, they would all have $500,000 to rebuild their homes?
Well, actually, some of them, yeah, and then throw in North Carolina. Well, okay, what do you know about
With
this?
their mortgages being paid, all of that. I'm talking about $500,000 cleared, here you go, rebuild your home.
Right, no, I get it. But let me ask you, so I'm watching Zelensky the other day. You got to wonder if he's going to be a whistleblower. Did you hear him say that there's $100 billion that they were told they got that they never got?
But that's going to backfire on him.
Oh,
because
well,
he took
but
that money
I mean,
knowing
still,
it was going to him and his generals.
Yeah, okay, so where did the $100 billion go? That's my
His
point.
pocket, the pockets of other politicians, everybody else.
This is just more of it. You look at all this stuff and going, yeah. So, okay, ready? Let's watch some Catholics. They're praying for souls in purgatory. You ready? Watch this.
Recibimos a nuestra Madre, a María Santísima, Madre de Dios en sus tristezas.
Secundum magna misericordia tua.
Yeah, so you get the.
That looks like a reverse Klan meeting or something,
It
bro.
looks like some demonic weird thing. So these are Catholics praying for souls in purgatory. James, I was raised Catholic. I was an altar boy. Listen, purgatory. I used to think purgatory existed till I came to faith in Christ and I realized, hey, that's not in the Bible. And you got this, and where did that demonic looking weird, as you said, a reverse Klan meeting? What is up with that?
Bro, I got no idea. That looks absolutely insane.
It does. Doesn't it look kind of like, it just looks like the occult or something.
It's probably a more accurate picture of how dark the Catholic Church really is.
Well, I was going to say that, right? So
It's wild.
When you start looking at the Pope, you look at the stuff in the Vatican, you look at the insane things that keep being exposed about what's really going on. So James, about 1.5 years ago, I was at the Vatican in St. Peter's Basilica. I can't remember if it's Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci that had painted all these paintings there. One of them, right? he painted a painting. It wasn't the Last Supper. It was a different painting, but it had these individuals in it. And one of the individuals in one of the paintings was a very evil person that Da Vinci or whoever it was, or Michelangelo painted. And what he did, he painted the Pope in it. Do you ever hear this?
Oh,
he painted the Pope
crazy.
in it.
No,
so
I didn't see that.
The Pope said, "You are going to change that." Well, he hated the whole papacy, hated the whole thing. Didn't believe in them. They're a bunch of liars. But the people that surrounded that particular Pope, they hated the Pope also. And they told Da Vinci, and they said, "Look, we're going to protect you. You don't have to change it. We want to keep the Pope's face in it." Because they hated the Pope.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much of that crazy stuff.
It is. It's in St. Peter's Basilica. It's fascinating.
Well, bro, if you walk down that hallway that takes you from that area into the Sistine Chapel, me and you've been there.
Oh, yeah.
What about that statue of the, I think it's the Pope that's stepping on the neck of Wycliffe? Was it Wycliffe?
There is. I can't remember which one it is. I'm supposed to be back there again in about 2 months. And I'll go through it because I'll be with people who've never been through it before. It is worth going just to see things that will absolutely blow your mind. That's what it's worth going for. And to help you really put it in a perspective and you realize how much money is really in the Vatican. It is an absolute mind blower. Then you see these kind of things and you're going, what the heck? Then you have the Pope lecturing on you can't have a wall, you can't have borders, yet they have a wall, they have a border. You can't come inside their border at the Vatican unless you get your pass, unless you get an ID, right? You know how all that works. You get checked for weapons, you get checked for anything. And you know what? They close, they kick you out of the country. They kick you out of the Vatican. They don't let you back in. They don't let you pitch a tent there. They don't give you free medical. They don't give you free food. Bro, they charge a fortune for food.
When the stinking Pope gets in his little Pope mobile, it's surrounded by 4 plexiglass walls.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, I got one last thing for you. You ready? This is a video, James. Man who turned into a dog for $14,000 opens a zoo for people who want to be animals. No, you can't make this up. This is real. Roll this video.
Where is this, bro?
Okay, watch this. I think it's, let's see if one of the guys can find, I think it's over in the UK somewhere. So you look, this is a guy, James, in a collie suit. You look at this white dog next to it. Think that. What do you think that white dog's speak? Okay, it is in the UK.
Dude, that's really a man.
It's a weird dude. Look, these people are. And the woman with him has got to be as weird as him. Why would she be doing that?
He's
waving. Look, the dog's waving. Did you see that?
They're mentally ill.
Yeah, they're mentally ill. You think this stuff is crazy. So now they're opening up a zoo for weird people. Listen, this is what I mean, okay, you look at the DNC. Do you know they're down to 31% approval rating? And they keep doing weirder and weirder stuff. You're thinking, how much weirder can they get? CNN is down to 300,000 viewers. 300,000.
Oh my goodness, we have more viewers than that.
Yeah, and you wonder who funds them. How is it that these newscasters get millions and millions and millions of dollars every year? Where's that money come from? Is it USAID? I'm thinking you got to check into it.
It's coming from places like that.
After Politico was discovered with Politico, why is it that every airport you go in, you got to put up with CNN?
Yeah.
Where's the money come from?
I never even thought about that. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, if they only have 300,000 viewers, wait a minute, you guys go to YouTube, and you think they have 300. How does it? Okay, so that man. Emmy Ann says he had surgery to relocate his bones. I don't know if that's true, but that is freaky.
Like what doctor actually
the same kind of doctors
and doesn't violate
I'll tell you right now, same kind of doctors that cut off little boys' private parts without telling them
children. Yep.
Yeah. There's plenty of people around that will do that kind of stuff.
They're exploiters. It's so evil.
Yeah. Okay. James, we're about out of time, but I'm going to show you a tip of the week. We have a tip of the week. Wait, Dan Hathaway says, I can't go. That is, Don Hathaway, you are so kind. He thinks we're funny, James. Okay, you ready? We got a tip of the week. You're so cool. Oh, by the way, I got to go back to this one too. Thomas Schlitt. Make sure you send in your address so we can get you a You Can't Make This Up hat for submitting your thing that we use today, because we want to make sure you get that. We get email addresses. We don't get. Do you want a hat, James? We have
Send
hats
me
big.
one. I'll
we
take
have hats,
one.
We have hats big enough for your head.
Well, go for it, bro. Well, my head's kind of like a little pinhead. I mean, not really a pinhead, but it is kind of small considering how big my body is. But my pin, yeah, it's kind, I don't know.
This is for all of our viewers who don't understand this yet. James is my short Mexican friend. So I'll tell everybody how that came about. So we were in it was at one of these conferences, the Billy Crone conference, and a lady came up to me. She goes, you know that guy you do programs with, you know, and she's talking and talking. I'm thinking she means you, and all of a sudden she goes, you know, your short Mexican friend. I said, he's not a short and he's not Mexican. He's like 6'5" and he's Egyptian, but nevertheless, that's stuck ever since. So great.
Yeah, but it's funny when people see me in person for the first time, they get that shocked and almost disappointed look.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Yeah, and they look at you and you're all tall, and they look at me and they go, hey, who's the short gringo? Okay, ready? Here's tip of the week. Let's show it. If you ever feel like you're not doing enough, just remember some people microwave Pop-Tarts, so you're doing just fine. So there you go.
Is that a Steve Kalmakoff tip right there?
No, but we always have a tip of the week for everybody. Here's another tip: don't pet a burning dog. It'll hurt. I'll give you. Here's another tip of the week we gave out a while back. When you walk out of the public restroom, don't smell your fingers. So there you go.
Here's a better tip: don't walk into a public restroom.
There you
don't
go.
know if you're going to get a man or a woman.
James, thank you for joining us today. You can't make this up. I hope you enjoyed your time.
I had fun.
I'm glad that we were able to get your blood pressure up.
Well, you know what? We were supposed to make fun of the funny stuff, but it got serious for a second, but it needed to.
Well, yeah, over that, it needs to. We like to do that. We have serious things and then really fun things, and then we like to make fun of things. I
want to know where you're getting some of this stuff from, bro. Like, I could search far and wide. I can't find some of this.
Here's what happens, because, you know, all day long I'm doing this stuff, right? So I have to search everywhere. In my searches, this stuff pops up, and I go, hey, there's one for James. So there.
It's hilarious, bro. I'm going to have to figure out your method, because I don't know how you're finding this stuff.
You know what? Maybe I can have you back on here.
I don't know, bro. It's a mixed bag. Half your people don't like how loud I am. I don't know if it's half, but
half my people don't even like me, and they still come back. Don't worry about being loud.
Why don't I feel alone then?
So there, you're good. See? You're good. That's the way it's supposed to be.
No, bro, you got great people out there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, your audience is a lot like mine. I love them all. They really are special folks.
Hey, you guys, was Pookie on today? Pookie's always on. Pookie, I can't believe you didn't comment. James, Pookie's on.
I saw Lieutenant Commander Digman. I saw him.
Yeah, so there you go.
Mikey's good for you. There's a lot of good folks up here. You got a really, really awesome crowd. You do. You have good people.
And they really do like you. They comment on those things because you're funny.
No, I'm blessed. You guys are awesome. I honestly, for every discouraging word that goes out, and I get a lot of them, there's probably 50 encouraging words. So you guys are a blessing. In all honesty, it's a putting all the joking and laughing and screaming aside, I really don't. You guys have never really heard me scream, but
I have.
Yeah, Tommy has. Yeah, it is a blessing. Like we love doing this. Yep. I think we both agree on that. Oh, can I make a quick note for everybody that's watching us real quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay, quick note, real quick. Countdown to Eternity was going to air yesterday. It's still on the radio as it was on schedule, the one that me and Tom did, but we're actually going to air it on Sunday, because yesterday I did a emergency kind of a video that I did on the analysis of what happened with the Trump statement. So Sunday you'll get that, and for those of you that were asking, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. And I'm also on X.
Very cool.
I didn't tell anybody that, but I am on X.
We appreciate you guys following us, liking us, subscribing, going to X, doing all that kind of stuff. It really does help out both of us. So whatever you guys can do for both of us, we really do appreciate it. And let me know, everybody, I'm taking a poll. Should we have James back? And just so you know, I don't even care if you say no. I'm going to do it anyway. So there.
You know, it would be hilarious if you actually did a poll in the comments and see what they said. I would laugh.
They will.
I would laugh if for just fun they all put no.
Okay, everybody, on 3, put no. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're gonna see how this
There's
goes.
always a delay. It'll be a few seconds before we start seeing the nose coming up.
I'm sure we should start seeing a whole bunch of no's. It's gonna be great. They're gonna be popping up for a week. No. And we'll take your no
They're
as
all
a
disobeying you, bro. Look at that. They're all disobeying you.
Oh, they are? They're all saying yes?
Yeah.
Let's
I
hear
haven't
yes.
seen any no's. Oh, I saw a few.
Let's hear yes.
Look at that. Maddie just put up a Matt just put up a thing in the comments asking, should James come back?
What?
I just voted for myself. Oh, look at that. I'm winning by 89%. Holy smokes.
Wow.
Wait, the votes are coming in. No, the percentage is dropping. The percentage is dropping.
It's plummeting, folks. Run for your life. It's going the way of the Democrats.
As the votes increase, the percentage is dropping. It's okay. Don't worry. We won't release the results until tomorrow morning because there'll be a final drop at night. And then I'll win.
Just remember, I did tell them to say no. So.
Okay.
Apparently we're done.
Is that we're through?
I just got a note that I'm done. Yeah, I forgot I have to record another message. I totally forgot. You're too much fun. I usually only go like 20, 25 minutes on this program.
Are you like Joe Biden now, bro? Like where they tell you when you stop and when you start?
Huh? Ice cream? Ice cream?
Nobody tells Tom anything. He does what he wants to do.
Okay.
All right. It was fun.
James, great being with you. Don't forget, everybody, we'll be in Santa Barbara. We'll let you know the date on that as we get closer. And it was fun again today. And don't forget, join us. Go to our store also. You can get hats, you can get shirts, all that kind of stuff. Okay, James.
Yeah, and then one more thing. I just want everybody to vote for me. So
Vote for me.
We should have started off that way. Okay. Hey, James, good talking with you.
All right, love you, bro.
I look forward to seeing you soon. And,
God bless you guys.
Okay. Peace out.
We love you.
Okay. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.